Guys, welcome to Sunday, where we launder some money, and look at your comments and replay liar liar. Yeah, why mainstream media are not reporting all of the news? Why don't they do that? Yeah, I'm visiting my TD bank today to put my criminal government carbon tax check into the criminal bank that's just been done for fraud. So let's go and see if there's an option to launder money. So here I am, going to put my criminal government carbon tax check into my international criminal TD International Criminal Bank. Let's go and do it. There's an option to launder money. Well, I don't see any adverts for laundering money. That's a letdown. Interesting. No option to launder money today. Oh well. Better just live my life the legal way for a while. Back to me. Thank you, me on the street. No problem. Anytime, me in the car. Let's get back to where we were. Now, what was we talking about? Oh yeah. Why don't the mainstream media report this?
I'd like to ask you, are you aware of the names of any Liberal parliamentarians, former parliamentarians or candidates that are at risk of being compromised by FI?
Yes. Ooh, that's a bingo. And for other parties as well, because I have access to large amounts of information.
Right.
Ooh, so maybe Green Party.
Having read the full, unredacted National Security Intelligence Committee of Parliamentarians report, for myself, I can say, I have no worries about anyone in the House of Commons.
Maybe the NDP have a common sense answer after Singh looked at the report.
I am more alarmed today than I was yesterday after having read the report. What is clear to me is that Justin Trudeau knew and didn't act.
So there are Liberals in the group of people who we're interested in. I'm not going to say the word because every time I mention something about this subject, my videos get suppressed. So let's just all give the video a like and try and bypass the algorithm, eh? Yeah, so yeah, none of the mainstream media have mentioned the second part of the questioning that Justin Trudeau got, did they? No. Anyway, let's do the comments. Election time. Trudeau prepares for an election. He's throwing everything at the wall at the moment, isn't he? India, interference, everything except for his caucus revolting against him. That's the only thing he's not bringing up. Oh, and he's not mentioning the names of those people who we want to know the names of. Yeah, the people who, the actual whole thing that I just don't mention really anymore because I just get suppressed as per usual. Anyway, old biker, he said,
the man should be in jail, not running for office.
Yeah, I think so. Jackie believes the same thing too.
The Liberal Party should all go to jail.
That's pretty much what a lot of people have been saying. Gibbs says,
she was the worst person in politics ever. She wasted so much money. This guy takes care of Freeland. That should tell you something. Yeah, he's talking about Kathleen Wynne, the Liberal candidate for Ontario, the Liberal Premier who candidated to try and get the premiership back and lost all party status, which is one thing we really hope going to happen to Mr. Trudeau, eh? Possibilities are endless, said. Let's do this. Elections. Canadians deserve better than this administration.
But they do. They really do. They deserve what they really... To be honest, I'm looking forward to a time where I talk about one or two little things that the government should be doing right or should be doing wrong. Not how the government is trying to control my life. That's something I really want to stop talking about, because having a government telling you, like, putting so much burden on the tax side of our lives that our food is so expensive, people have to go to food banks I know it's an old scripted thing that Polyev is using day in and day out, but it's true. The government want to mandate us into EV cars. The government want to force us to use heat pumps. The government have got plans for 15-minute cities. The government wants to make fuel, any type of fuel that we use other than electricity, so expensive that we won't use it. The government are dominating our lives at the moment, and that's something that I'm just not used to be honest, guys. I really, 9 years of this, I'm up to in here with it. Ariel Sky said,
I like how they use the word Canadian. They are mostly talking about the Canadians in the Liberal Party and the Canadian WEF members. How stupid do they think we are? Focus on the lower and middle class Canadians for once. Call an election.
Well said, Ariel. That's a level-headed way of thinking. Thank you. Richard said,
this nightmare gonna stop when we stop it.
That's the way I think, Richard. Not very level-headed. Lynn said,
Trudeau appoints the dude that helped destroy Ontario under Wynne. Face slap.
Lynn, that face slap is awesome. Yeah, he, like I've said, this guy who's running Trudeau's campaign, he destroyed the Liberals. Oh, let's face it, the Liberals destroyed themselves. But yeah, he didn't help them much, did he? Christy Canuck.
It just might be a spring election or a riot or two.
You know you get 20 months in jail for that in the UK, Christy. Yeah, Facebook and YouTube comments like that's jail time, guy. But I totally agree with what you're saying. User said,
I'm looking forward to the debates and the massive wobbly that Trudeau will throw. The past 9 years have been like living in a bad movie.
Yeah, a bad movie. That's the thing. Drop us a comment, guy. What movie do you think we're all living in? I know lots are going to say 1984, which was quite a good movie. But what other movie could you think that we've all been living in? Mars? We all have to eat potatoes. Maybe that one. The Slick Shady. Dave K. See, I got it right this time, Dave.
The less you do for Canadians, the better we're going to be.
Yeah, that was one of my quotes. Thanks for that, pal. Well, yeah, the less you do. That's what I said just earlier, wasn't it? The less that they do. Please stop trying to control my life. I have enough trouble controlling my own life without having outside interference controlling it too. Shirley.
Please stop working for Canadians. We need a nice long break from all you Liberals and NDP working for us.
They're working too hard. They're working too hard for us, aren't they, Shirley? Working much, much too hard to stop the overtime on dictating to Canadians. Then we went on to, we want the names, not a smokescreen excuse, which, yeah, he has created this complete mess that some of the mainstream media have said is completely off of the rails, and people like the CBC have said, oh, Trudeau, spot on, Polyev should get his clearance, oh, it's terrible that he doesn't know. It's like, what's the point in getting something that you can't do anything with, eh? What's the point? It's like going out and buying a car before you took your driving test. You can't do it with it, you can't drive it. How many people do that? Well, there is, actually I did that. But don't mention that, it was a classic car. Schwag said,
so let me get this right. The PMO is sitting on information of national security. Is that right? Pierre will not sign off to view it as he will be muzzled. I think he is smart to do that. We Canadians need to know who is on that list. This is treason and just another scandal in the ever-growing list of nonsense out of our current leaders.
It is. Don't you think that somebody who knows all the names and doesn't release the names is actually the bad person in this? And the person who knows all the names and doesn't release the names has the authority to release the names. Don't you think they are a bad person? I do. Claude said,
it makes my blood boil that none of these corrupt politicians are ever charged with treason.
Well, what's going to happen? This is more northern perspective, what they said, but I totally agree with it. What's going to happen is that Polyev will wait until he's the Prime Minister of Canada. Then he will get the clearance. And then because he's Prime Minister of Canada, he can tell everybody who are the people on the list. Imagine when that bombshell drops. Yeah. Barney Canuck said,
To remove the cloud of suspicion, one would think the innocent ones would demand the list to be made public.
Are there any innocent ones? But yeah, I agree. Yeah, I totally agree. Peter said,
Thanks for the relook at MP Michael Chung and his stance against foreign interference. I hear that he's widely respected by all parties in the House of Commons. Cheers, mate. Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you, Peter. Great seeing you on all the other threads with RV and all the other guys. It's really good. It's like a lot of us meet over on Unacceptable Fringe and Northern Perspective live streams. We spend the first 10 minutes going, hi, 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 hi. It's good. It's a good... it's good to meet like-minded people on streams and just chill, you know. Anyway, carry on. Dale said,
I agree with Michael Chung. He's desperate to hold on to power. He won't release the names because all in his Liberal caucus should be charged with treason, as Canadians never vote Liberal or NDP again. Conservatives all the way.
Well, we never voted for a majority government, did we? We didn't vote for an NDP Liberal government majority, did we? We voted sort of a split government so we could hold the government to account every time they wanted to do something. But we didn't get that, did we? We got a coalition that nobody wanted. Nobody seems to mention that much. Jocelyn said,
The minute he opens his mouth, you know he's lying.
Yeah, clearly. Norm says,
This is clearly not the transparency JT campaigned on.
There is no transparency, is there? Zero, absolutely zero transparency. It's a government dictatorship built on lies. Killfish said,
Awesome shirt. Your channel is one of the best on YouTube. Thank you. Your insightful commentary.
I don't know. Northern Perspective is probably the best sort of middle to right wing channel.
Let's take a look.
I don't think... Are there any... Does anyone know if there's any left-wing channels? You know, like people going around saying how great Justin Trudeau is and how they think that, you know, we need another 9 years of this to finish off what we've started for Canadians. Does anyone know of any of them channels? Can you tell me in the comments if you know of a channel I can go to? I've tried to search, but my searching is pretty rubbish. Let's finish on Dave K again.
I originally guessed the list to be 10 or 20 MPs long. I bet it's closer to 40.
I bet you're right there, Dave. I bet it's closer to 40. Okay, that's it. Remember, we have videos every day on here, except for Saturdays. But I might do a video now and again on a Saturday, but usually that bombs because nobody expects a video. So it's 9 o'clock, every day, a video. Cheers, guys.